Hare Krishna. Welcome to Module 1 of Bhakti for Life course. Unit 8, that missionary activities, missionary activity preaching, and all topics which are connected with this broad area of activities. So yesterday we started with 8, and one remembers what we were doing yesterday. Any idea, anything?
No. I had this in my mind that it's like structured. That we have being in this material world, it's for two purposes.
Oh.
One is for enjoying, like to give living entity the chance to fulfill material desires, and the second one is to reform the living entity in this in such way that this living entity can go back to Krishna.
Similar statement is in Ishopanishad in the beginning, that this material world is perfect. Because everything is perfect, right? Complete. And that invocation mantra right in the Ishopanishad.
Because of misidentification.
No? Yeah, this is the same definition. Why material world is perfect?
Because it's Krishna's creation.
It's Krishna's creation, one thing, but also this one, second. Because it gives everything that we can perfect our life. Nothing is missing.
But because of misidentification, this material things, word and things like this, and that we are enjoyers and doers.
Yes. For those who want to forget, that we also have facility to play a role of God, Krishna. On da svetlo zato da bo polno vse potrebno, da vidimo nazaj v duhovni svet, da sežemo v polnost. Kaj še? What do you remember from yesterday?
The importance of preaching, that about sanghas, discussing about importance of telling also to others about Krishna and realize our relationship and connection with Krishna.
Okay.
Importance of
Connecting living entities with Krishna.
Razmišljala, da v bistvu, kako je name vpliva to pridiganje, da dejansko v bistvu je tako v bistvu to, kar skozi primerjanje, pa mi je bilo včeraj zanimivo, ko ste rekli, da ni razlike, ampak vseeno se drugače dotakne pridiganje srca, ko poslušaš, in kako mora biti taki pridiga zelo, vešč, da je subtilen, da zna pravilno dozirati, da ne preprašiš ljudi, in da je ne nazadnje to res najtežja naloga. Nazadnje imamo tukaj primere, ko srečamo nove ljudi, ki pridejo in kar čutiš, jaz sem že videla, da sem nekoga predozirala in ga ni bilo več, oziroma ne vem, nimam povratno informacijo, ampak doživljam, rečem, to je bilo pa preveč, kako širok ta feeling moraš imeti, velik feeling, kako ljudem pravilno predstaviti. In potem, če je še srce nekako začne odpirati, da se to vse poklopi, potem, če gledam pri sebi, je to potem samo avtocesta, potem gre. Eno brez drugega tudi ne gre.
Okay. This is the topic, how to preach. Which we'll discuss today, but of course yesterday discussion also went in that direction. What is the difference between education and preaching, right? Right, to bring out the thoughtful process of the mechanism. Anything else? We discussed yesterday a lot of why. Why do this activity? Why to preach?
Because knowledge is it's the only thing which can help us. We are ignorant, and for this ignorance, the knowledge is the cure. It helps us, you know, to
Preaching means spreading the knowledge,
yeah.
which is also probably also the aim of the education. Knowledge. That's why knowledge can fall on both education and preaching, right? They have the same kind of a mission task. Anything else? What is for this age?
The Yuga Dharma for this age is something.
Which means
Chanting
what means Sankirtan? What means Sankirtan?
Sankirtan means the
Sun, sun is one word, and nice.
Свето име Пети, Bhakti.
Which one? Tell. Come in, say the Sankirtan.
Sankirtan.
Say sun,
Yeah.
sun by Sankirtan. Come in and respond much.
Certo, que se mention.
Mani Kirtan. Kirtan mani. Shravan Kirtanam.
Skupaj pojemo, skupno petje, skupno.
Any other explanation of this word is not yesterday, but we discussed, I think, before. Means Sankirtan. Also, what means sun?
Congregationally together.
That's one meaning. There's another meaning of that. You heard what?
Yeah, probably.
It also means complete. Also means proper. There is mentioning, the explanation is that we have to do without offense. Sun. And Kirtan means one is chanting, we usually say, but also means, in the original definition, means glorifying. To glorify. Of course, in our case, which is emphasized, we glorify through chanting the holy names. It's called Nama. Sankirtana, or more specific, Hari Nama. Nama means name. Nama means when you may. Hari Nama means Bože imena. Imena Gospoda Harija. Hari Nama means the names of Lord Hari should be chanted. So congregation chanting of Lord Hari's names is more exact definition.
Jaz sem razmišljala še to, danes to pridiganje, kako je zdaj nujno pomembno za to obdobje, zdaj še ne poznam teh obdobij, ker nisem brala, ampak res, ker je zdaj najtežje, ne, in sem zdaj, da so ljudje tudi precej odprti in da to pridiganje, da jim lahko koristi, nam koristi za to, da ne zabredemo še večje težave, ker je toliko enih stvari, ki smo nekje na razpotju in da mogoče da je pravi čas, da ki so odprti in so odprti in v povprečju so zelo vsi izobraženi mladi ljudje, da so pripravljeni to slišati.
Yeah, there is a need in this age especially. In every age is the need, because as we spoke about these two purposes of the material world, at least 50% are not connected with the God, right? They want to be God.
Oh, you are generous.
Yes. In Satya Yuga was different, but in Kali Yuga was always majority. I'm not there or interested or know about. There are many categories of, we say, one who do us innocent when they don't know in ignorance, but those who are antagonistic, who are was the Lord idea of the Lord existence, atheists, right? So yesterday we also we mentioned, but we didn't exactly quote what preaching means in dictionary. So that because we discuss about the education or preaching, I will just read the dictionary meanings. There are two main meanings of preaching. One is first to talk on religious theme as a part of church service. So preaching is usually connected with the religious talk or church talk, right? Church service. This is primary meaning. But second is also to speak in support of something in a moralizing way. Pravi, da govorimo, če hočemo nekaj, da ne hočemo moralizirati neke stvari, ne? Če ne nekaj pošira eno stvar, ni nujno religiozno. Kaj me poširaš, kaj me pridigaš?
Hotel sem reči, da sem si prej zapisala, pa se rečemo, če nekdo nekaj te zelo, pa rečeš, pa daj mi nekaj pridigati.
It's not necessarily to be religious.
Yeah.
Now, if one is like, very enthusiastic to push forward something that you have to. And this is one. So there are also synonyms about this word, which also maybe can enlighten a little bit about the meaning. One is evangelize. This is very, very, very church. One is expound. So it's not evangelical meaning. Expound means expound. You have to use more. Expound, we will search with proselytize, spread the gospel, moralize, lecture, pontificate, and sermonize. This is very specific terms from the Christian tradition. Sermonize means predica, that's predica.
And
Pontificate also is, I don't know what is even the word for that.
I think it's referring to Pope.
Oh, it's connected with the Pope, huh?
Yeah.
Pope saying something. Lecture, okay, we know. Moralize. Moralize.
In Romania, we are using this moralize.
Moralize, huh? Moralize. So there are different meanings, of course. English to Sweden. Okay, which you don't know, expound, for example, expound. Разлагате, expound, proselytize. You know the word expound? To describe. To describe. Another is, this is more, proselytize.
Yeah.
We don't even know what it means to mean. Proselytize. Proselytize. You know what this is called?
Yeah,
Pa je to pomen, a pogledate v Google, prosim. Kaj pomeni?
We will, okay, we will do it later. It's not so important. Another word is this. Haranguj. Govorica. It's another name. And pontificate, let's see, this is the thing. Pontificat. We don't know. It's the same for us. Okay, this is a few synonyms. Set of preaching.
Sem pogledala kao
Okay.
I think this pontificate is also related to this bond.
Something with Vatican, no?
Jesus Christ was executed on his order, Pontius Pilate. It's this kind of arguing and argumentating, and I think in
this connection, okay. Okay, it's interesting. So we have a little more broader vision. Okay, how people in general think about preaching, another perspective. Preaching is often seen as a no in today's world, so it's not popular. It is seen as a pushing your own beliefs upon someone else, trying to convert someone else to your way of thinking or seeing things. This is often viewed as quite arrogant and self-righteous. The typical image conjured up is someone ranting on and on to someone who is not interested in, or even really willing to listen, but can't even get a word. So
well, we are not trying to spread our own philosophy, our own thoughts. We have whole Parampara and Krishna people.
Yes, this is how people see what preaching means, right? Se pravi, pridiganje se pogosto vidi, ni preveč popularno v sodobni družbi, ker se vidi, kot da nekdo pametuje svoje prepričanje nekomu, ki sploh ga skušamo spreobrniti, kako mi razmišljamo, kako mi vidimo stvari.
Te dobiš takoj nekak feeling, kako slišiš besedo pridiganje, kako je sama tako predpostaviti, reči o nekaj.
My preach will be nice.
Ja.
Change my
Ja.
But interesting here also one Prabhupada perspective. Srila Prabhupada saw it as his duty, Prabhupada's perspective, to spiritually educate people, to give them the opportunity to take to Krishna consciousness and to save them from material existence. So one of the first purposes of ISKCON is related to systematic education. Yeah? And what vizija ISKCON je sistematično izobraževanje v duhovnih vrednotah, da poučujemo ljudi v duhovnih tehnikah z namenom, da spremenimo vrednote, življenjske vrednote. So, systematic education to teach people spiritual techniques, skills, in order to change life values of society, which are degraded, right? So this is one of the definition of Prabhupada's. And another point, it is naturally, it's natural when you have something really great, you will want to share it with others. So you have something very valuable, and you know that we have the medicine which saved the world. Then if a person is not selfish, he will, even though the sick people doesn't appreciate or see or want. This is the vision of the. That's why also we have Harinam go. Even people doesn't understand, and they know they're ridiculous and they ignore it. But it's helping them. We know that's why we go. It's helping them and helping us, because we are chanting, they are listening. We are doing kirtana, they are doing shravanam. It's always connected. So this is a few points on the this very broad and also broad topic, I would say, because it's So we discuss more why, what is the background of why doing. Now, today, we will touch a little bit how. And this how is very sensible, as you mentioned, not the Pachanika. When you were speaking, you touched this. This is very sensitive. When how the preacher should present, how to preach, how we'll do that effect. So we'll do. So far we have looked at what and why of preaching. Now we will look at the how answer. First, the practical preaching activities themselves. So what are activities? And second, which is also very important and foundation, is underlying principles and rules. Some смерниce, за какая са принципи зади. They should guide our preaching activities. Okay, so first, what are our activities, preaching activities? There are three branches. Lord Chaitanya preaching mission was characterized by three main branches, three main activities. Which one?
Singing, dancing, and taking prasad.
Okay, first is most obvious is chanting. In Vedanta, chanting, congregation, the holy names. This is the this means Harinams, right? Chanting in public. This is preaching. Second one you mentioned is
Dancing.
dancing also counts, but it comes to the Harinam. What else is so important for the public, for the wide public, which is most people accept? We also do when we do. Okay, we chant, we dance. What else we do? What else we do when we go with Harinam? What do you usually do?
ми делamo.
Yeah, how we preach?
С петием.
That's the first one, yes. And Lord Chaitanya also do like that.
It's not dance.
Hmm?
It's not dance.
Dance is also included. But they usually don't say dancing alone. But
Представimo неку скупину, да се представяме като скупина.
what activities we do? How we preach? One is chanting, okay. What else?
Я да делимо книги, но ето сам.
What is also sharing the knowledge, yeah? Sharing the philosophy. Sharing philosophy is another one, right? But teaching philosophy, but what else? Prabhupada also said is the main. What people can accept most easily? No,
Да видим нашу
they
радост,
doesn't understand anything, but they still like very much.
видим нашу радост, спрошение, смех.
True. What they take without, they like the most. Yes.
But I said,
You said?
yeah.
You should repeat more.
Пичкотки.
Yeah, but Prasadam is devotional, of course.
Prasadam is the second one.
Yeah, Prasadam is devotional. Sometimes it's the main one. Yes, Prasadam is devotional. Sorry, I didn't hear.
And the third,
It's teaching philosophy, which is Buddhist devotion, but that is not. It's not necessary that we're teaching philosophy, right? Because they don't read. It's not automatically, right? People get books, but it's not guaranteed that they read books or understand books. So we have to. So it's a many other. But when they give donation for the book, they do security. So they also, so they're preparing the field. Probably
that's why I said every time when I'm going with that thing, they are searching for we accept donations.
So chanting together for the name is the most powerful, because why it's so important, or why is so effective also. Why? Why Harinam is so effective? Maybe we don't see it yet, but it's working inside. Why?
Ker ne delamo direktnega pričinga, ampak v bistvu
It's cleaning our heart. It's a few lectures.
It's connected with the one mantra. Why? If you chant other mantras, would not be so effective.
No.
Yes. Why? What is a specific characteristic of Maha mantra? That's why it's called Maha mantra.
ker je enostavno, ker se ponavlja.
Okay, one is very simple to, okay, there's all, okay, but also Om is even more, is even more simple. But why Maha mantra is specific? Specifically emphasized comparing to other Vedic mantras.
It's yoga dharma.
Also, yeah. But what is a specific? What is characteristic for the Vedic mantras? When they work, when Vedic mantras work on us, on practitioner, when Vedic mantras, if the one who chants
It's purified or is
yes, also what must the practitioner know when he's chanting Vedic mantras? He should know. He should what regarding to the mantra? Should understand mantra. Then it works.
Yeah.
And Maha mantra,
Yeah. Doesn't.
there's no need to understand, and it works. That's important. Spre Maha mantra tu ducem ljudi ne vejo, zakaj se gre. Imajo dobrobit pa. Ne? Vsa živa bitja, ne? Čitam ti razlaga, da vsako, ki je pel, vsa živa bitja imajo dobrobit, nimajo kapacitete razumeti, ampak imajo dobrobit. That's why it works in the Kali Yuga, because people doesn't understand and they have benefit. Right? And of course, they also don't know, they just like the taste and they appreciate and also they have benefit, right? That's why for the people who are ignorant, covered with ignorance, you know, it's that there is, they cannot hear, they don't have intellectual capacity to understand because they don't have pious activity, they don't have pious credit, which, as we mentioned, right? This is accumulated when comes the level, aha. I mean, I like this. This is not, it's not by chance. It needs to shine. Je rezultat akumulacije pobožnih aktivnosti, ki so jih nevedeni naredili. Unknowingly, they did some appreciation of connected with the Lord. Must be connected with the Lord, with Bhakti. This is Bhakti Unmukha Sukriti. This is pious activity connected with Bhakti, Krishna. So when they appreciate devotee, or appreciate prasadam, or the chanting, or the Harinam Guru, if they, oh, they're nice, they hear, or they give donation, similar. So our activity, pious activity, which generates sukriti. This is like a currency, called valuta. And when it's določenem, potem oseba kar nekaj začne vzimati. That's why it's important that we try to, this is one of also the principle of Buddhist devotion, that we try to leave good impression. Exactly for this reason, right? That we try to, no, it's not that I have right and it's like, you know, it's not. But anyway, they have benefit. One is if they have positive, effect or impression, they help Sukriti, they accumulate the pious activity. But if they are angry, if they are like upset, what happens? They suffer. And by suffer, what do? Their bad karma is reduced, right? They also have benefit. But we like, so it doesn't get the sukriti, but karma is negative karma is reduced, right? Suffering means that you spend bad karma, right? So in any case, it's beneficial. But as devotees, we like to connect them more. So we like to have a positive impression. We like to live. That's why it's also here the preacher has to be a little sensitive. We'll discuss this a little bit. So, make sense? So we try to do also when we go in Harinam to have a good impression that we are nice to them, like we always cite reference as a Jerusalem when he has very visually sattvic, sattvic appearance of devotees also, because sattvic guna is attractive, right? So if we do sattvic things, then people are attracted to that, and it's connected with Krishna. They have pious activity, sukriti they get, right? Accumulate the. That's why we do also try to be harmonious when how we walk, how we dance, how we appear, that we smile, because it's attractive, and they appreciate. Oh, there's happy people. No, I want to also be. Why they're so happy? No, it's they appreciate. And Krishna said, "Oh, they appreciate me." That's why they have benefit. So it's a important. The devotees also understand. Okay, even I don't feel happy. I don't feel like walking here and there and dance synchronically, harmony. Yeah, we should say it's okay. I don't feel like it, but for the benefit of other people, I will do austerity on useful goals. And when you do austerity with Krishna, you become happy. The list goes to Krishna, but Krishna radosť. Okay, so these are three main preaching activities of Lord Chaitanya propagate. Okay, what about ISKCON? Do we know any other preaching activities within ISKCON? At least all ISKCON preaching programs you can think of. Okay, in this box.
Sunday feast.
Yeah. So write down in this box here. По шкафа написано. Все притигающи програми, които вам падат на памет. Not only in Slovenia, but whatever if you heard. Каква коли облика притигания, ки се одвija в ISKCON. Запишите их. Как вам падат на памет, правилно придумали. Side 3, at least 3, you can remember or.
Actually, I don't know. They don't come into my mind.
You can maybe, if you think about different target group, maybe you can remember. But we said that for different target groups, we have probably different approach, right? We don't do Harinam is not for everyone because they're not there, right? We have to. Okay, and what have you write down?
Ретрити, разни санге.
Yes, now that is the line where for which audience, right? Yesterday discussion about education and the preaching here.
Okay.
We can here just say for easier discussion. Let's say for devotees is education, for outside is preaching. Let's do like that.
Okay.
For what is not absolute.
Yeah.
It's not absolute truth, but also okay. We can do retreats for other people also. So they do some kind of a retreat and they.
Sange, nekaj na sangah sem v bistvu želim več odnosov.
Sanghas, new people also, yes?
No.
Yeah? Namahata is that for that. Usually like that, one of the definition. Sanghas or Bhakti Vrikshas are for the devotees to make more strong, and Namahatas is open for our public. It's once per week.
In pa Facebook preaching, ne, kot malo Vijay.
Internet preaching, internet, yes? Something else?
No, this is not ISKCON preaching talk. This is,
Which one?
when I thought this internet preaching, it's more individual, like not institutional. Like.
Yeah, but
Ananta Vijay, they have.
Yeah, but he's individual, not ISKCON.
No, ISKCON.
it depends. They also have many different varieties. Or we also have like classes on the internet, right? So it's always done by individual, but depends if it's like a institutional Facebook or is it private. But it's because for some groups you want to be more, you don't want to expose.
Yeah, it's more like
Which we can say bridge, but that means people closer to the concepts or contact with devotees like that. Many people come to Ananta Vijaya because he has this indirect, but many.
But they have one.
Devotee, because devotee has also one was more interested. Okay, we have more, something more.
Yeah.
We have a little more. Okay, Bhagavad Gita. Okay, then it's profiles, like it's like a levels. One is not interesting. It's only on mundane moral things or some principle Vedic like Upavedas, but some go more. And because maybe appreciate devotee indirectly, they also get credit.
yes.
They get sukriti.
Ker potem ima pa drugi kanal, ki je pa samo Ananta Vijay, pa direktno samo preach na ISKCON.
Right. So it's
The ISKCON preaching program.
But yes, they have a ISKCON preaching there in other Facebook.
maybe some are not identified as devotees, some they are.
You understood what I wanted.
Yeah. One is
Sorry.
identified as this devotee, one is just doing. But the purpose is the same, similar. Bring people closer to Krishna somehow with that or official way or official way. Okay, any other?
I wrote only this chain of Govinda's restaurants.
Also restaurants, yes.
And this class is Bhakti Shastri and
Okay, this is maybe not so for outside people or for academic people, yes. So which program is for academic people? Usually, many times referred to when devotees who have academic background, they want to present to the academic world. Which program is that? Which program in ISKCON is that?
yes, Bhakti Shastri.
This is not for devotees because it's fantastic. It's not. It's for devotees who want to go deeper. It's not for outside world because they don't. Academic world doesn't accept that pramana. Pramana means epistemology. How we are doing because we are based on Guru Sadhu Shastra, right? This is for us holy, the main. Academic world doesn't accept this pramana epistemology. How knowledge is obtained, right? So Bhakti Shastri we do on that, which is Vedic approach, and usually it's not accepted among the mundane, governmental, educational institutions, right? So, but there is some program which is connected with that, which present Krishna consciousness in an academic way.
Ki na teoloških fakultetah.
No, not only Slovenia, but around the world. Prabhupada wanted that those you want to present in a scientific way.
It has a name or something?
Yes.
Also.
Yes, it's very famous name. We also have here in Slovenia. We also have in temple the same name. Bhaktivedanta. You heard? Bhaktivedanta Institute. You heard?
Yeah.
This is the Prabhupada established this program, you know, this Life's Come for Life. You know that? No? The dialogue between Prabhupada and Dr. Singh, he explains how to approach and what is the difference between Vedic science, Vedic approach, or Krishna consciousness approach, and academic world. No, they don't know we are not this body, right? This is the main discussion. And Prabhupada stimulate, inspire the devotees who has academic background to present in their language the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. No difference between matter and spirit. This is one. You know, I attended in 1997. I attended World Conference in Calcutta, Synthesis between the Religion and Science, which was organized by Bhakti Institute. You know, there was discussion of what is that, and also here in the Institute Dr. Stefan we have 2003.
Как ще насловие бил такрат?
To je konferenca sinteza med znanostjo in religijo. And also we had here in the Institute Dr. Stefan is the most famous scientific institute here. There was conference about the mind, right? The question of cognition. You know, cognition means what is the function of the consciousness, in cognition, how to perceive it, because it's connected with the artificial intelligence, right? They want to understand how cognition works, how consciousness works, and they want to modelize it with mathematics and the modern approach, right? And there were other scientific discipline were invited. Religion was invited, philosophers were invited, and all this. And it also came there. Matsavatar Prabhu from Italy, he presented the Vedic model of the mind, or psychology also is, according to the Vedas, is a very strong area which can be very scientifically debated with the modern academic world. Now we can.
You heard about
Matsavatar, yeah, he's a.
Sunday, was mentioning that he had these conferences about the qualities of Srimati Radharani.
Also, yeah, he was just recently recognized by the government Ministry of Education in Italy that all his programs, which is based on the Krishna consciousness philosophy and Vedic, Vedic sciences, is recognized in the government level. He after 20 years, he established Institute Bhaktivedanta Center Bhaktivedanta Study Bhaktivedanta, and has a seminars that explains this. A lot of psychology there, a lot of psychology, how mind works, the function of intelligence, the meaning of the value-based education. It's a lot of yoga is there a lot, and then food. One of the model or the department has sattvic food. Science of sattvic food is one department. We were just now there in September. Yeah, because people are. So this is, for example, one kind of preaching. He has I think I had 30 or 40,000 followers who studied with them. And those are all established people in society, all very established people. His target group is exactly that. Those people who in society have influence, he target and educate them, like lawyers, managers, directors, government officials, high ranking, it's all this. And he has his approach is so impressive. He's doing in the most prestigious places, like in Milan or in the big, it's all the famous, really, because culturally famous institution, they invite him, to present. And he also, one interesting area of interest, he is training the medical personnality, persona who are dealing with dying people. right? Because they don't understand the mechanism. He teach them how to deal in that moment when people dying, what is happening. So he trains people, this traumatic situation which are there. So he trains the nurses and the doctors about how is the medical perspective on that. The stories going out and like that. Switching.
Kako se kliče ta pravo?
Matsya Avatar.
Kako se
Matsya Avatar Prabhu. Matsya Avatar Prabhu. I will send the link.
Aha.
It's very, I mean, we have a lot of books also. He also speak about forgiveness and all this, all that psychology.
Link postavim.
Yeah, they are in their profession organized. It's like, you know, company, because he was one of the most famous designer in his time. He was famous in Italy.
What kind of design?
Like interior, and then, you know, he did the Mayapur Samadhi for Prabhupada. He designed it, and he bought Villa Vrindavan. His father. He's very, very rich. He's very aristocratic. Very aristocratic. Person, you know, gentleman. It's really very impressive. Very impressive. So he preaches for that's target group, you know, in specific way, because these people will never accept, never quote unquote, Harinam, because they're not there. They're in the office up there, you know. So it doesn't reach them. Bhushan doesn't reach them. So this way, because he was here in 2003, and we have a nice. He's so merciful. He always invite us and encourage us, because he wanted to have the same system here. Bhaktivedanta Institute was all. This is also my inspiring area to work with, you know, that, because I'm from background of that, and we always try to cooperate with them to try to adopt their system. It's very successful. He has many disciples coming from that field. Many disciples. Many
It's
disciples.
so interesting. It's so interesting. When I was kid in the school, I didn't want to learn at home. I was going home from the classes, and I knew what I knew. I didn't like to read, to learn, actually, to read I like. And now when I want to read and to learn, and because I like that, I don't have time, or it's no time, or it's not, you know, so many things.
Yes, but desire is eagerness. So this is one. So Bhaktivedanta Institute and this kind of preaching programs are for that specific. What else? What other preaching activities are there?
Morning programs.
Okay. We have what? What we have every year when we go to this Padayatra, Ratha Yatras, right? This is huge preaching programs. Then we have what public programs, right? Like, you know, we used to have in Australia, used to have a rock group, Transcendence. He made so many devotees, and Leta Govinda was the manager of that. He was famous in the Australia. They play rock music live in the concert. Thousands of young people came.
Siamo tutti Atmarama.
Yes, of course. Atmarama is because you have. So then you have Harinams, of course, we said Food for Life, colleges, Bhaktivedanta College in Bangladesh, no? So many.
It came to my mind now.
Buddhist of course, and this public programs, Harinams, a lot of. The Hungary farm community, right, is an eco village. It's preaching because they have 30,000 people per year.
Yes, Marita.
This is not easy. Radesh also have these touristic programs which attracts the people, because we are not just a church. We are not like church as a
Yeah,
You have lifestyle. So you have in every area of lifestyle you can preach. Preach. We communicate Krishna consciousness how to live. Because we are presenting worldview, right? Worldview is not no, you live one kind of life and you have a little, for something for religion on the side as a one day per week. No, it's not like that. Yeah, spare time and have time. No, it's a lifestyle. This is lifestyle which integrates all area of life. So this is what we have to promote. It's a lifestyle. No, it's a worldview. That's how we also approach Atma program. It's a worldview. Because every area of life is Krishnized, right? Family life, business, leadership is all in, because that's how it worked when was Yudhishthira Maharaj 5,000 years ago. He was the king. Everything was Krishna conscious, right? Everything was Krishna conscious. Business there, everything, social care, everything was Krishna conscious.
Vini Vrindavan se spominja, da mi je rekla ta, ki vodi ženski ašram, da v bistvu imajo v sobotah nalašč yoga centre povabijo in da to jih je 100 ljudi vsako soboto, pa vse te spiritualne skupine, ki se s čimarkoli ukvarjajo.
Yeah, different groups which are more similar to our traditional yoga, of course, from Vedic. So the yoga groups are also there. Of course, then you have to also see how to, because you have another idea, So this is an art. So many preaching programs are there. One is college preaching, right, for the students. We want to also introduce how to address, young people, like Prabhupada address young people, hippie, how he approached them, how he, transformed their lives. So we also have to, that's why we have, think, Prabhupada did so many experiments. And what is interesting, when we read his biography, Prabhupada Lamrita, he's tried for 50 years or more to fulfill Guru's desire, and nothing was working. He wrote 6,000 letters, to every door, to every office that he would start, and nothing was working. Even when he came to America, 1 year, nothing. He was alone, 8 years old person, walking in the winter of America, trying. Many times he went back, to the shore of harbor, to look back when next boat will go back. I will go back, somehow, And then Krishna gives him the whole world. Yes. So this is it. Okay. So can you think of any activities that could be included? So we discussed what can do many things, right? We have small groups, invite, reading groups is one preaching program, right? To have reading that we help people to read, understand our books. That would be a very interesting program. Then we have these internet options, which are there, Zoom and that stuff, And we have a cultivation, other communication with other religious groups is also one. Interfaith is called, right? Then how to address government, mayor, how to make them that they see that we are relevant for the society. We are not just in our own world. We don't care for others. We care, which means to care for other people, right? We care about the people that doesn't suffer. We have solution. Prabhupada said we have solution for every problem, right? Well, I don't know if you heard about that discussion or, I think it's in the book also. When was topic about how to deal with criminal. It's one of the books. And then Prabhupada spoke with police officers, in the cities, that we have solution for criminal. We have. People start following Krishna consciousness and the criminal will drop.
Chandramukhi Swami Maharaj has some problem. He's going.
Oh, jail, also, So we have them, but the people don't recognize yet. So that's why we have to come to the educational systems, you know, and the people, more people they know, influential people, oh, this is a real solution, and they take it for, you know, that will how will this thing will. That's why books are there. When people will read, it will, this change will happen. So like, you know, termit, when this ant eat the, you know, the trunk, you know, they eat everything inside, it seems like a perfect trunk, but when the moment it crashes, right? This is how Prabhupada also envisioned. Okay, so this is a few points. Okay, let's now it's interesting, you know. So there are many activities which can be done, you know, for many can be included. From the education, the knowledge, from the food, you know, we can have food in every store, you know, prasadam should be there. And for many different target groups, they're unlimited. I mean, there's so from young to the, you know, to the senior.
It's more nice one day to have, you know, in this shops, like they are writing on the labels. This is how the Jewish are saying on their food. It's
Oh, they have name, yes.
they have something that it's can be eaten by them. It's it's a specific word for this.
Yeah, you also when you go by plane, you can also choose.
Yeah. And you know, it would be so nice one day to have also in shops prasadam.
Yeah, it's there, but it's not propagated as prasadam. You know, they're like, you know, this pasta which they have the oris, you know. Also the oris from Italy have many varieties. They also have a lot of this.
Meliacho, where is my Gurudev live, because it's so small mesto, kind of mesto.
Where?
Tam, kjer moj Gurudev živi.
V Ameriki.
Ja. Aljačo.
Alačva.
No, tam že imajo tako po trgovinah, ker je zelo majhen kraj.
No, Alačva is a big community. There's 1,000 oris there.
Ja. No, vsaka družina že ima enega, širša družina. Ampak so naredili po majhnih trgovinah, ker je pa rekel, da nimajo veliko centrov. Je rekel, pri nas že nekaj let ni veliko centrov, ampak so majhne trgovine, kjer te strežejo in imajo prasadam.
V templi.
Ne, v trgovinah, Bhakti, pa imajo štacune.
Yes. So these were activities, right? Activities. Preaching, practical preaching activities. Now, principles of preaching. What do people think of missionaries and preaching? For many, these words conjure up negative images of self-righteous, moralizing evangelists preaching fire and brimstones and doomsday. This usually, or perhaps newly converted believers who are naive, dogmatic, pig-headed, smug, or condescending. Whatever the case, in today's world, more than ever preaching, try giving others the opportunity to receive transcendental knowledge, or explaining spiritual wisdom, or passing on information about spiritual life is extremely subtle art. So preaching is extremely subtle art. Like in Buddhist devotion, no? It's very subtle. It's not selling, it's much more than this. So what is important in preaching? We will do a little list here, and we also do later about what is a principle that if you like to teach other people how to preach, how would we suggest them? How would we train them? So let me do a little brainstorming. What is important? Let's do a little.
I think we are preaching.
So principles. What is important in preaching? What would be? Principles and rules. Rules?
And
Policies, yeah. Principles are principles. That means this is what is foundation. Can you remember someone what should be important in the preaching?
knowledge, we have to.
Okay, knowledge. What means more specific? Knowledge of the preacher
Yes.
Oziroma,
based on based on knowledge. Huh?
We have to have what to preach.
I would say here
kakšno pridigo ima pa, kako bo pridigal?
based on personal knowledge. So this is for one who is preaching the Christian consciousness should know what to preach, right?
Yeah.
Should know the knowledge.
Ja,
Okay, what else? What is important? Principle. What would be kaj še pomembno?
ja, kako vzpostavi stik z poslušalci,
Okay.
connect.
Connection with the person, no?
Ja,
So must be some kind of connection. So he doesn't just. Okay, what else is important? From your experience, when you explain someone what is the underlying.
You have to identify his interest, his.
Oh yes. And then with of needs, right?
Needs, yes.
Needs, interest, concerns. This is the expression.
to so njihove potrebe.
Samo kaj raz?
Ne.
Potrebe, interes in kaj se
Ja,
dobi,
ja.
to je komunikacija. This is very important. This is the very important principle.
Because if the person is interested, I don't know, about Indian culture, it's useless to give him philosophy,
Yeah, right, exactly. What else? That's very good, very simple. What else is important when you try to present this is successful?
Also, your image has to be in this way, because we are preaching. The people can see also,
Many images are external.
Yeah, external also.
External.
It is first, I think, because they can see you first, and then you are speaking to them.
Yes. This means actually first impression, right?
Yeah, first impression.
First impression is more general, no? But it is it also includes it's not only external, right? It's not just a cloud, it's also
Yes.
your mood, right? If you're like
Yeah.
morose, happy, and that, or you're attacking, you want to, What else? It's also valid for the Harinam, right?
Yes.
Impression. In Harinam is also like that because it's more in one way, right? It's not always two ways of communication, but we don't expect that there will be people that will. But yeah, we do when the doors go in the Buddhist bush and prasadam, we want to pick those who want more, right? Or what else? You imagine someone who's preaching to one person and you listen, what good is something is doing well, or what would do wrong? Ще не видимо никога ги перига. Па де на робе, кај би лаго на робе? Сега ви причам некому ќе сам не да не примерно да стоп. And so someone who you say this is not a good approach. Okay, I will here address this. What is how to identify the needs? How you identify the needs of the person you preach or the group? How do you identify it?
Putting questions.
So very important here, putting questions and
Listening.
listening. Listening is important to be very attentive, right? You have to be very attentive to what they hear. Then just you can also have intuition where you're empowered with your intuition. Just see how is the person. You don't need to even then you know already when he is intuition how you empower Paramatma knowledge. Words in your mouth even without listening, right? What else is important? If you have different groups, okay, this one is based on this, that we are aware of different needs, right? For example, if you want to preach to neighbor, how you will do?
Give him
Da jim nekaj neseš.
Yeah.
Yes?
Ja, da jim nekaj neseš, prasadno nekaj.
Yes. You don't want, to push him to accept his God, right? You don't push, don't preach to him like, live or die, because he's here, he can be so upset, he can go to the 7th day.
You can put Maha Mantra music very loud.
Yes, yeah.
Potem zgodbe, recimo zelo žgejo pri ljudeh zgodbe. Ne,
So
tako-
the principle here, where this comes from a passion for question principle.
Je že napisan? Ali mislite?
Ne, we come together. She said if you want to preach with the stories, people like to hear stories. What's the principle behind it?
Da k lažjemu razumevanju, sprejetju tega pridiganja zgodba odpre nekako človeka, bolj ga približa k temu pridigarju, če pove zgodbo in ker je to življenjska stvar, se tukaj zelo hitro poistovetimo.
Okay, what is that? What is
Bi to definirala na kraju.
relevant?
Ja,
Must be relevant for them.
ja. Mislim relevant. Okay.
What I mean is, when is it relevant? Why is it relevant?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to say that.
If you hear this, then you can make relevance.
Yeah.
Unless his needs, потребует наставления,
Ja,
okay.
ja.
What is someone who just speaks, and the person gives, doesn't seems to give any, never interest in the person still what this principle. Če nekdo vse nalaga, on pa se že vidi, plača, gestikulira, da ni prezornen. What is the principle behind it? Why is not interested? What could be the reasons that the person is not interested?
There can be them.
Yeah, what, for example?
They are not interested in this topic.
Okay, it's not relevant to them.
Yeah.
Well, okay, what else? This first impression was all good.
Also, yeah.
Maybe the preacher is not what?
Yeah, it's not.
Sensitive.
Ja, ja.
It's
No,
not
pilganja občutka, da.
He didn't make the connection.
Yeah. Yes. Connection to the person, right? Put here. Sensible, huh? Sensible, right? That is. I also put awareness. He's not aware. What if you speak, you know,
And I
some,
noticed also, sorry,
Yeah,
I
no.
noticed also when I'm speaking to people that it's not okay to give them everything on the plate, you know. It's more efficient when you are stimulating themselves to think of some topic, you know. You are putting like a pilula, you know, and they are thinking of that, you know.
how to define
Yes.
this?
Their own solution, you know. Stimulating. Yeah,
Thought provoking?
yeah. Yeah, don't.
Imaš dialog, ne monolog.
Yes, two-way communication, huh?
Mm.
They can give themselves the answer to it, didn't thought of that or this, you know, and they are so appreciate.
Appreciate it. What should be the mood of the preacher? What can be the different moods of the preacher? Questions are
Friendly,
okay, friendly.
like, most of the time, equal or friendly is the most productive, at least for me.
If there is a 35 years professor of mathematics, how you approach friendly? Oh, dear, how are you? It's,
Now, in that case, you know, oh,
yeah.
yeah, I appreciate you are.
You look like a very mature and very deep person.
Intellectual.
Și ca vi se predeva ca to se pripožu.
Ja, da sem kar.
It's similar as the marketing, right? It's the
Yeah.
marketing skills are this. How to make relevance.
Predvsem mora da čutiti, da sem dobrohotna, dobronamerna.
Yeah, this is very important. So,
Dobronameren, dobrohoten.
well-wishing.
And they must feel important.
It's important. Person, not the preacher. There's one expression. There is big difference between love to preach or preach to who you love.
Yeah.
Razlika med tistim, da ti rad pridigaš, a pa da imaš rad ljudi, ki te ne pridigaš.
Oh my God. Ja.
That's the mood. This is love
To drugo je
to preach versus preach to whom you love.
That's why we are very happy when somebody starts to.
So if you care of a person who you this is compassion, this is actually compassion. And this is the most powerful when people feel that you're well-wishing to the person. People understand. No, these people care for me. No, it's not about selling. They want to just sell the book. It's not just to convert me or that I'm superior for them. This is some. This is we will add also on the way, but it's few.
Mogoče tudi to, da nimaš pričakovanj, ne, da je zelo pomembno kot pridigar, da pač daš od sebe vse, kar zmoreš, najboljše in potem tudi, da to je povezano tudi s tistim na vzgorje, ki smo rekli, neko vsiljevanje oziroma.
What is the difference between sensitive and sensible? Sensible and sensitive. What is the difference?
Sensitive bit when you can see subtle things.
This is sensitive or sensible?
Sensitive.
Sensitive is that we are sensitive, right? We are sensitive about things. Sensitive means that you are aware of sensitivity of others. Like that?
Yeah.
Both is needed. Right? Both. Okay, this is very interesting exercise that we probably will not do today, but maybe we'll do it a little bit. So preaching situations, from preaching situations, we will try to see if something is missing here. Huh? So we will ask, so there are these situations in preaching, here explained 5 things, okay? And we will ask these 3 questions for each situation. How might the person feel or react? Would this assist them in accepting Krishna consciousness? And what principles or policies can be drawn from this? Okay?
Yeah.
So these 3 questions we'll ask for each example. Can you start with the first one?
The devotee finds out about the person's beliefs or convictions, religious, scientific, or general, and forcibly argues against them to show that they are inferior to the Krishna consciousness understanding.
Bhakta spozna človekove prepričanja in predsodke, religijske, znanstvene ali splošne, in najde paralele med njimi na razumevanje zavedanja Krišne. Bhakta spozna človekova prepričanja in predsodke, to, religijske, znanstvene in splošne, in se vsiljivo prepira proti njim, da pokaže, da so podložne razumevanju zavesti Krišne.
Okay, first question. How might the person feel or react?
At the first point, they will reject because they have their own convictions, and if you are trying to criticize or to say something that they will reject, they will close themselves.
They will close, okay? Okay.
The second one is it's nice because
Which one is
that
question.
parallels.
No. Just analyzing the first one.
Question.
We just have a question. The 3 questions for which situation.
Not us.
Would this assist them in accepting Krishna consciousness?
No. They will reject.
Usually we will go away, no? Right? What principles or policies what can we learn from this? What should be here corrected?
To be gentle, to be sensitive.
Okay, one is sensitive. Okay, what else? What feeling this person is getting? This person, which
Pripravljam vprašanje.
yeah, we prepare that. Yeah.
They will perceive us as very intrusive or something like
Okay.
this.
So it's aggressive. And how this person which preaches looks upon these people?
He looks aggressive or something.
Aggressive and
Intrusive.
what is the last sentence, last 2 words? To show that they are inferior to Krishna conscious understanding. Right?
Yeah.
This person feel, this is puffed up. This is proud.
They don't like this.
So he will be, his ego will be attacked. Right? Who are you to tell me that he have, religious, scientific, or general conviction? So with force doesn't go. So it's not, the person here is not sensitive. So should not attack, should not conflict the ego as much as possible. This is the principle. No? So we should send it to the ego. of the
Pa
person.
se to se je velikim dogajalo, so pa potem postali bakte, ne, tudi. Ampak ta prva reakcija je tako močna, ego, če čist preplavi. Niti
Yes,
poraba.
every contact with devotee is beneficial, even if it is negative. But if we have option, we try to do positive because they will advance quicker. Otherwise, they will suffer and get negative impression, which can block. If it's offensive, this is also a problem. Problem for the person and also for the devotee, because maybe he didn't. If he's done out of stupidity or in ignorance or immaturity, right? It's done out of ignorance. Okay, then is. But if you are aware and you're tamastic, I want to know and because your motive was I have to distribute out of both. So it's counterproductive. It's not pleasing for the Lord. You remember that triangle of for the Krishna's pleasure in the way Krishna likes. It's very important.
This also, and actually the devotee is making something. It's harmful. We should not harm anyone, even if it's the mind or the force.
Exactly. You should not cause pain. Yeah, right. Yeah, very good point. Very good point. You should not cause pain to any living entity. It's one thing you want to push to the throat,
Yeah,
force.
that's right.
Because they have free will also. Okay, second situation. Can you read, Natika?
Bhakta spozna človekova prepričanja in predsodke, religijske, znanstvene ali splošne, in najde paralele med njimi in razumevanju zavesti Krišne.
Okay, how is this situation? Can we see look in the eyes of the needs, interests, concerns? So the first person didn't care about what the people think, right? What's the connection? So he didn't inquire into interests, right? But person here.
This is very productive because it stimulates dialogue between these two people, personally.
I would here write principle from previous. Try to avoid ego clash. Make sense?
Yeah.
Try to avoid.
Avoid, meaning?
Izogibati se. The ego.
Yeah.
And because for many things, maybe person is upset from the job.
Yeah, most of them, they are identifying themselves with some things. So if you are attacking those things, they are taking that very personally.
Also, it all depends about what kind of person is. Is like a gang, leader. Then maybe he needs like that. It also depends, but usually we don't go with everyone like that. So, person here is interested in what they're doing, and they try to. Oh, we also have the same. Oh, I heard one person met, I think, Christian, some practitioner or functional, and the devotee was asked, he asked, how you deal with the modern situations where people are not interested in religion? How do you solve this? How do you approach? You ask them for opinion. How do you do? We have the same business. How you're successful in helping people? No, you appreciate. It's like and then so like I'm the buyer. You're the seller. No, it also depends on the people. If you meet the neighbor every day, or you meet a person once in a lifetime, it's also influence how you will approach Any other principle you can see on this example? Finds interesting parallels between them and Krishna consciousness and the same. What is the main principle here? Finds interesting parallels. What is the principle here? If you have to explain to new preacher, how you will explain this? You should do like that. How you explain that?
I cannot focus.
You know what I mean? If this situation which is here explained, how you will explain to one person, new preacher, you have to teach him, če bi mogli naučiti prediga, kaj bi mu ta situacija razložila, kakšen princip bi naslovili. It's clear? Question? It's not clear.
In my mind now it's only...
Govorimo to zdaj drugo postavko, kar smo rekli. Najde paralele med njimi in razumevanjem zavesti Krišne. To mislite?
Yes.
Ja. In kaj zdaj, kako bi, če bi mi...
Kateri princip je tle, če bi mogli ta princip naučiti, kaj bi mogli tle povedati, eno novem idejo, kaj bi mogli? Iz teh.
For that mood of well-wishing.
Also? Okay.
I'm thoughtful, also thoughtful, making provoke.
Also. Okay, I think we can, because we have a few more and really tired from fasting, maybe we here try to...
Daš vprašanje in poslušaš. Jaz bi tukaj dala potem, da mu daš vprašanje in poslušaš.
Right? Yeah? Listen, putting questions and listen, right? Yeah. This is how I find out. And you find what is their interest, what they're doing, and then you try to see, oh, we are doing the same thing. So do you address that? That's why
na skupni točki.
that's why you're supposed to do selling or you find, oh, you're doing that. Oh, no.
Ja, in okunda mati, da je taki.
Oh,
Connect.
connect. This is connection. Connect. Oh, you go also. Oh, appreciate your work. You're so valuable for the society. You're so valuable. Thank you. So if you do,
In je tvoj.
yeah, this is connection. This is really.
Ja.
Okay, so I suggest that we stop at this point. So,
Oh my God.
+1, breaking fast.
Only about potatoes.
A ja, to mi koncentraciji.
Yes, mine is the stomach.
Ja.
But it's okay.
To je super, to je super.
Okay, thank you for. I hope that something was valuable. This was very important actually.
Thank you. To slikamo še.
So Yugalar Maharinam Sankirtan. Go Pramanande.
Hvala lepa, Prabhu.
Ančalpat Rabeshjan Kripa Sindhu.